So some of you know that I help people write books and screenplays and doctoral dissertations. But every once in a while there's an oddball, that's not the right word, there's a hard to classify type of client who shows up. And one of these came some years ago. He announced to me that he was the hot tub king of Marin County. The hot tub king. I can't remember what he wanted me to do. That very first project, I can't remember. It must have had something to do with hot tub kinging. Maybe some campaign he had to sell more hot tubs. In any case, he was happy. And he came back with project number 2. He had totaled his car, and his insurance company would not speak to him. He could not get them to answer the phone. So he said, "Could you write me a letter?" I said, "Sure, I'm great at writing letters, very good." So he got $12,000 from the insurance company. He was even happier. Project number 3. He's the hot tub king of Marin County. But his father is a rabbi. He's the youngest of 3 brothers. His father is a rabbi. The oldest brother is a doctor. The middle brother is a lawyer. Between the father and the 2 brothers, they've used up all the Jewish professions. And he's the hot tub king of Marin County. And it's bugging him. So he decides that he's going to become a social worker. And he applies to the University of Michigan School of Social Work, which he tells me at that time is the best in the country. I don't know if it was or wasn't, but he said it was. And he gets in. I help him with that, and he gets in. And now we come to the final project with this character, the pièce de résistance, the one that was the most fun of all. He calls me. Now, this was before the internet. I can't even recall how I got the thing back to him. Maybe I mailed it to him. I can't remember. But we worked on the phone. And here was the deal. He said there was this really cute, attractive woman there. And here's what he wanted to do. He wanted to take her on the date of her life. And he was going to write her a letter telling her about this date. He was going to go from Ann Arbor to Chicago, take her to the Art Institute, take her to some fabulous restaurant, take her to the theater, and maybe go to a restaurant again, maybe a different one. So we spent, I don't know how many hours writing this letter together. And when we're all finished, he says to me, "You know what I'm going to do with this now?" I said, "No, what are you going to do?" He said, "I'm going to take this letter to a professional calligrapher, and I'm going to have it written out in beautiful Italian script." My goodness. So I couldn't wait to hear what happened on this date. Did he get it, first of all? I think a week or 2 later he calls me. I said, "What happened?" He says it was wonderful. We drove to Ann Arbor. We drove from Ann Arbor to Chicago. We had the most wonderful conversation. Of course, she was knocked out by the letter. She had to accept the date. We drive. We have wonderful conversation. We go to the restaurant. We go to the Art Institute. We go to some other place, a restaurant again. And then the drive back is equally wonderful. Wonderful, scintillating conversation all the way. And just as he's dropping her off, he asks her if he can see her again. And she says she'd love to, but she has a boyfriend at Harvard. That was the punchline to this whole thing. He had spent hundreds of dollars on me, the calligrapher, the restaurant, the gas, the Art Institute, the other restaurant. He had the date of his life. And she had a boyfriend at Harvard. And that was the end of that. I don't think I ever heard from him again after that one. So I don't know what became of him. I hope he's happy wherever he is. So in this work, I come very close to the people I work with. Sometimes become friends. It's very intimate. People reveal themselves to me. You spend many hours together. They tell you their deepest thoughts, make jokes together. I tell them what's going on in my life. Sometimes I become their therapist. Once in a while they become my therapist. So it's wonderful work. And I wouldn't dream of ever retiring. There would not be any reason to ever stop doing this, because new people constantly come into my life with all kinds of interests, whether it's creative or some theory they have, or wanting to seduce the girl in Ann Arbor, whatever it may be. I never can predict what's going to walk in the door. And that's the joy of it. Thank you.